Hello everybody, hope everybody's doing great today. I appreciate the one or two of you who be watching this video. I appreciate it greatly. However, lately here, I've been getting about 4 or 5 views, which is great as well. So if you're above that, you get the bonus viewership. Thank you very much. Well, today I'll be talking about a drama. No, it's not a drama. It's a comedy romance called Perfect and Casual. This is a Chinese drama. I'm not really into the modern Chinese dramas, like the Chinese dramas that take place like today. I really like their costume period dramas, their historical pieces. I kind of like those kind of Chinese dramas because that's what I really enjoy. But every once in a while, I will watch a Chinese drama that's modern day. I find them kind of shallow a lot of times. That's why I don't really like the Chinese dramas. However, I did watch this one called, like I said, Perfect and Casual. And it's a contract marriage, which is something I really like. I like those kind of shows for some reason. I think it might be because I'm married. I like shows that deal with married couples and such. So let's get into Casual and, Perfect and Casual. Got them reversed. Anyways, Perfect and Casual. The casual person in this one is the young lady, our leading female. She's very outgoing. She's very gullible. You'll see in this show that she's a very gullible person. She actually gets scammed twice. One by her cousin, which is understandable because, as if a family member, you trust them, you love your family. But the other one, there's no excuse for it. She gets scammed by him. And so she ends up meeting our male lead, who is a math genius, is a professor at this college, which our female lead happens to go and she takes his class. And our male lead, he's he's a mathematician, he's a professor, and he's like an all-star, like all the girls like him. He is a good-looking guy, so I can understand why they would, but they're all really attracted to him. He's kind of equivalent of what an athlete would be here in America. That is what it is, I guess. However, he's kind of he's not perfect, but he's like a perfectionist. And he's kind of like your straight guy. He doesn't really show much emotion. Everything's logical to him, which is pretty good. And it makes a good contrast between our two lead characters. Or, like I said, our female is very outgoing. She's very loving. She's very sympathetic toward other people. And this is kind of how they get into their contract marriage. As our leading male, his grandpa, he has cancer. And before he has like a short time period to live. So before he dies, he's wanting to see his grandson get in a relationship and marry. And so the contract marriage comes about because the female lead, when her cousin scammed her, it was over an apartment building, which our male lead happens to own. So they kind of make a deal that after a year of marriage, she would get the apartment and their marriage would end. So the show is very funny. You got great comic moments in this. You got great characters. The female lead is not only she's very pretty, she's lovable. You'll really root for her story. And our male lead, a lot of these Chinese dramas and Asian dramas in particular, like the male leads, a lot of times these kind of shows are very harsh toward the female lead. And while he's harsh with her, he's not so bad where you're like, why is this girl attractive to him? Some of these Chinese shows and just Asian shows in general, the male lead at the beginning can be so cold toward the female lead. You're like, why does this girl even love this character? In this case, he's kind of cold to her at the beginning. He does kind of mistreat her. There's some instances where he's downright mean to her. But it's not to the point where you couldn't see why she would like him, because he helps her out a lot as well. And a lot of his meanness comes from just being so honest, straightforward honest. He doesn't sugarcoat it right up whatsoever. He just tells her how it is. But there is one scene, I'm not going to give it away, where he's just really mean to her, but it's because he had a bad day. He's kind of taken out on her. But the chemistry between our two leads is really great. They really do click in a lot of ways. And I like a lot of dramas. You get, while the beginning, it's them getting to know each other, and they kind of start out as frenemies, enemies, but they're kind to each other, and then get to the friendship, and then eventually, you get the romance in this. It's that part, it's from about halfway through the series, and then we get to see them work together over conflicts and stuff, which I really like, is when couples are dealing with outside influences and they got to work together to overcome these obstacles. So we kind of get this in a later part. My favorite character in this series is definitely the grandpa. He's great. The actor does a wonderful job with that character. And I really like the relationship, not only between him and the male lead, but between him and our female lead. They really have a great relationship with each other, and it's a great bonding between them. And he's kind of, he's definitely the wingman for our male lead, because he's the first one who recognized the potential of our female lead. Now, like I said, he has cancer, but you don't have to worry about this being a tearjerker. For somebody's like, oh, I'm not watching a tearjerker. It's just definitely not a tearjerker. Even though he does have terminal cancer, it doesn't, small spoiler here, it doesn't end with his death at all. He's still, alive there at the end. Then you do have other characters come in. You have her sister, and then you have his best friend, maybe his cousin. I'm not really sure what that relationship is like. And their relationship is kind of like a compare and contrast with our male leads, as her sister is more like the male lead. She's kind of straightforward, lace, very professional. She's a lawyer. And then the guy that she dates is like an actor, and he's very casual and stuff. So you kind of see the interaction between those two, and the obstacles that both couples have to overcome to get together. I think it's very well. So some of the down parts is some of the writing. It can be kind of cringy in this. I think it's definitely geared to like high school to college age people. So some of the writing is cringy. Our female lead, while she's very lovable and she's very pretty, her acting is kind of uneven in parts. She's not. She has a lot of potential. I think with more projects, she could become a great actress. But she does have some work to do. She's not terrible, she's just average. But there are parts where it could have been a little bit better. So that's about all I gotta say. This is a funny show. You'll enjoy it throughout. There's really no hard love triangles, which is something I really hate. But this one does have like a small love triangle, but it doesn't last very long. And I don't mind love triangles as long as they're short. A couple episodes is all I can stand. If it's the whole show, I really hate love triangles that last the whole series. But you don't really have to worry about that. Each episode will leave you in a good mood. So it's something you could like, if you're kind of feeling down, you can put this in, be a good pick-upper for you. So I'm going to, at the end here, we're going to give out my ratings here on this channel. We're very simple. We give a highly recommend, means it's a great show. Most people would like it. This will recommend, it's like, is it okay? It's your average show, And then recommend with caution, it's a terrible show, or it's made for a niche audience. So this one, I'm just going to give it a recommend, the lower recommend. It's just like your good average show. Some of the plot lines and stuff can be real cringy, and like what were the writers thinking when they put that in? The acting is fairly good. Like I said, sometimes the female lead she struggles at points, but overall she gives a great performance. The grandpa, I think, is the best character, probably the best actor in the series. But overall the acting's good. You got pretty good set pieces, and overall I would say this is probably your average Chinese drama. I was trying to think of what to say there. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this. If you're here at the end, hey, give me a thumbs up if you would, please. Subscribe. I only ask people to subscribe once a month, so I won't be asking any more videos. If you don't believe me, you can watch my previous videos and see how many times I ask people to subscribe. So this is the only time. And I know it's at the end and nobody will be here. So anyways, have a great time today. Hopefully you'll see me in the next video. I'm kind of excited talk about this next show. It just came out, 4 episodes into it. And so have a great day. Bye.